Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well out there. Welcome to this Pick a Pathway reading. I don't operate like a lot of other readers out there. I have nuances that are a little bit different. I do a lot of channeled artwork. You can check that out on my previous videos. I'm going to continue on with doing that, but for today, I felt the need to talk about pathways with you because we're going through a portal that just sort of started last night on 4/4. Depending where you are in the world, that will be different. But my intention for this video today is to help send some guidance on the next 3 to 4 weeks, because we're going to be journeying into an 8/8 eclipse and then into, I think the portal ends on around the 22nd. Now, what that can mean is a lot of different things for a lot of different people. But what I would like to invite you to do now is to close your eyes, have a look at the formation in these piles, these messages from Spirit. See what shape resonates the most with you, what energy signature each pile has. So this would be pile 1. Okay. This would be pile 2. Okay. And this would be pile 3. All right. Have a think about it. See what resonates and just go with it. You're allowed to watch any and all if that feels like the right thing for you. Just don't explode your brain with too much information. Remember that integration is really, really important. I say that to myself all the time because I just get very excited and go, woo, off, off on another tangent or another adventure. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't been on my channel before, lots of different random ways that I get in touch with Spirit. Through channeling, I'm a healer. I'm an energy healer as well, intuitive artist. I just do all the things, and I try to pass on anything that provides guidance and healing and any messages that you would need to hear for your highest good, okay? I'm here to be of service, and that is all, really. All right, let's get into it. Alrighty, if you chose pile 1, you're looking at this. Hello, pile 1, or pathway 1, I should say, pathway 1. I just rewatched back that starting part of the video. Apologies for the wonky camera. I'm honestly, I give it my best shot. And it's often not very straight or professionally correct, but hey, we're here, messages are happening, called to do it. All right, now I'm just going to stop, tune in, and let's find out what is coming through for your messages for this pathway for the next 3 to 4 weeks, Spirit. Help me to relay the information for the energy in this pathway for our friends. Okay. I'm firstly getting the feeling that there's been a very, very big focus on family for you recently. I don't know whether you have recently welcomed someone into your family, new little beings of light, or there's been a lot of family gatherings or energy around that. I don't know if it's someone very important, like a matriarch in your family's birthday, or something like that, or possibly the day that they crossed over to another side of our realm. But there is an energy of the older sort of generation or females calling back in the importance and energy of family coming forward from this time. And also, you know, you've been talking about things like that recently. There's been a lot of pressure on making sure that you are contributing to this energy, that you are available for this energy, and that you are definitely going to participate in this kind of energy, in these kind of gatherings. There might be a little bit of a sense of needing rest. I feel like you've been going like hell for leather. I don't know if it's been because of a little bit of overworking, a little bit of extra pressure being put on you because you're the one that sorts out the family's problems, or you're the one that is required to have all of these extra details sorted for you, or for them, more likely for them in these coming times of gatherings. That's what I'm getting. Know that in being this front-facing person for the family, I feel that there is a choice point of a changing point in your dynamic in your own little family that will be affected by a bigger sense of the requirements of the family on the larger scale of the family. So, for example, you've been bestowed upon a family tradition or a way of doing something, and you've been required to step up in that manner to then take that baton and, you know, prove your solidarity with that. They are choices that you can make for your highest good, okay? Right, so we've got the card Inner Temple, Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Yes, exactly. So tuning into that inner portal of your heart, allowing your heart and what your heart's truly saying to come through. It was in this position, and whenever I see something in this position, it reminds me of a stalemate in energy, of not being able to move forward or backward. It's just a point of, you take a step in this direction, you get pulled back into the holding pattern. You take a step in this direction, a little bit more time for yourself, a little bit more time in your own healing and truth and with your own needs of your own specific little family unit, or the greater needs of the family being put into here, and you're trying to take steps in different directions around that. Now, just remember that this is a generalized reading for collective. So if it doesn't resonate with you, if it doesn't fit with you, if this isn't giving you aha moments, then leave the rest for someone that it does, and maybe have a look at another pathway. But this is talking to me about the need to choose. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So understanding that there are two different points of difference at this time. So you've got this energy of having things happen around you that can be flowed through easily with a little bit of light-hearted understanding and being able to flow to your inner antenna. So understanding whether that is, you know, coming from a place where that's a good decision that you're making for yourself to spend time with these people, or to do these extra errands for these people, or, you know, in whatever decision you're making about your time. Okay? We can get into a place of, it's saying cracked open, the ever unfolding rose, but it's happening for you, not to you. So we get to a place where we've said yes to too many things, and then energetically we start getting barreled through with energetic upgrades, more information that's coming through to us, all of these different things, and we're gradually making things happen, and we set ourselves on a path of busier, and we try to include more and more into our pathway. But it gets to a point where we get a bit tired, a bit stressful, because we don't know how to undo or back off from that energy after a little while of living in that place. And sometimes it can be passed down from the ways that the older generation, especially in the female sides of the family, are sort of taught to be the, you know, go-getters for the family, like the got to get this done, we need to do this, because they have a certain way that they like to show up for the family. Look between the two options here. You're either floating on a cloud of ease and awakening, but choosing to allow yourself to be here. She's not doing nothing. She's not floating in nothingness. She is in a state of receptiveness, safety, allowing, but a state of surrender nonetheless. If you're not ready to be there, you've got to navigate yourself through this. It's not happening to you, it's for you. And allowing yourself to unpick what energy or whose energy has been sticking around you in that time. Okay? Yeah, so it's talking about, breaking the chain and healing ancestral patterns to rewrite the future, your soul family, your beautiful soul family, and using some boundaries. Where do you need to establish your boundaries? Yeah, absolutely. So this is the whole thing. It's about understanding that the people that are here to be part of your beautiful portal experience, but also part of your next chapters in your life are your soul family, and you don't have to do this by yourself. You'll be able to find like-minded energetics and souls as long as you're emitting the right frequency and you know exactly who you want to be in every situation and how you want to show up and the way that you would like to continue forward into your pattern of best and highest calling. Boundaries are, something very important because they need to be established for your own energetic balance going forward. You're not going to get everybody understanding exactly what's going on when it comes to you and your boundaries, because they might not understand energies. They might not understand what you need at any given time or moment. But it's really important that we do that, because we're actually integrating in something that is quite inspiring for the other people around us and quite important for their healing as well as your own. See how we have mirrors of twins? We have mirrors of these situations because we're actually going into a state of reflection and illumination for those around us. So when we're breaking the chains and the ancestral patterns, we're healing and rewriting for the future. There is always going to be some kind of resistance from the people that carried the chains the most, because they did everything in a certain way and they were taught that, and now that they love you and they can get out of their own way about judging the way that you do or say anything, whether you go to an occasion, not go to an occasion, what timing, who you talk to, what kind of way you show up, and you're trying to clearly assert boundaries around what will and won't work for you in a loving, open way, they get to start to really see this in action over time, and then they begin to unpick things for themselves and they learn through your example, which is really beautiful. That's such a beautiful gift to give someone. It's such a beautiful way to gently show and lead by example. If you've got children, you understand all of this. Now, is there any cards from here? Spirit, I know that there was a card that needed to come out of here, I'm pretty sure. So, last advice for this group, Spirit. Any lasting advice? Any lasting advice for this pile? There we go. We've got these guys. These ones. Okay. Yeah, wow, guys, that is huge. Okay, so alongside sitting alongside the breaking the chain and the soul family, you've got a soul star activation. It's remembering who you are and what you came to do on your journey here. You're fulfilling your soul contracts at the same time, which is being the generational chain breaker of the family. Like you're being the ever important example of change that can solidify within many generations to come, and sometimes even the generations before. I feel like you're really onto that at this time, and that's a beautiful place to be. Just do it with love in your heart and understand that it can trigger responses in people, like sometimes like a negative response in terms of like you're too good for us and things like that. It's not that they just don't know how to communicate the difference in the heightened energy that you show. They're just not that great with their words yet. They haven't sat with this new energy and your new energy enough yet to understand and have their own aha moment about who you are, what they mean to you, and their important place within their world and your world. Okay. Now the Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Yeah, all about the speaking. It's all about understanding that speaking your truth in a loving way always will come from a vein of higher knowing, higher being, higher expression, and that can't be something that can be of a negative place. If you're coming from your heart space where you're looking after and honoring your boundaries, helping people to understand the examples and similarities between their own boundaries, and helping them to really see their ripples within the space, their ripples within the world. Your voice and speaking your truth, people say it a lot, but they don't explain how scary and difficult, and if you've been through any situations with manipulative people or strong personality people that try to voice their opinion as truth at you or around you. Sometimes it can be, a particular person in the family that starts these kind of things, and they're known for it, and that's part of their place in the family. That's a bit tough, but what they actually speak to you with words and the understanding and love that they hold for you within their heart and within their being is something that you might not have actually, seen yet. But you will. But just remember, if you're coming from a place of higher love and higher truth in explaining or using your voice to explain things that you know that no longer serve you within family traditions or boundaries, or the way that you come together and treat each other, what you need because you love them is really, really important. And that is your reading for today. I hope that it finds you well. If you need to get a personal reading with me, you can have a look at the link underneath this video. If you're looking to get a psychic portrait of your spirit guide, or I also do that, frequency artwork, just any questions at all, send me a note. But until then, I'll see you soon. Good luck. Good luck in the portal, guys. Good luck. I'm sending you so much love. Bye for now. Alrighty. So we've got pathway 2 here, pathway 2. So I'm just going to take a moment to space these cards a little bit easier for you to see. And I'm just going to tune in. So I do energetic artwork, psychic artwork, channeled artwork, but I also read messages from spirit through cards. I do healings and personal readings. Bear in mind that with this pathway, it is a collective message, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't for somebody else. Understand that there might be more than one pathway that you're drawn to at this time. You have many different options, so just go with it. Go with the flow. Whatever feels right to you probably is. All right, so let me just tune in for a second here and see what Spirit has to say today. All right, we're going to start with this card today. So this one is Council of Light, Divine Orchestration Helpers in the Subtle Realms. I have a feeling like this pathway is something that's been going on for a really long time for you guys. There's just been a needing to deeper understanding, and then an upgrade comes, and then deeper some more understanding, and then find out another layer of yourself, and then again and again and again, and so on and so on and so forth. It also feels to me like a pathway that has held a little bit of loneliness or upheaval when it comes to people, or people close to you, in terms of who you can spend your next cycle around. I feel like every different upgrade in energy has caused a new cycle for you, and you've just found yourself in this like washing machine of of beautiful upgrades and understandings, and then healing the body, and then integrating those things, and then at the same time a whole new batch of like people and places and families and or friends have come in and then gone, and then you can't be around that anymore, and then you've got to go again. I feel like you could be people that travel a lot as well, if you have caught the travel bug, because they're making me see that in each different little place you'll pick up another little piece of the puzzle about your existence and your sort of mission here. It's quite a beautiful energy when it's in a balanced place of the heart and love. It's something that could, if you don't learn to understand and see everything with through the lens of love, or through that subtle light that of love and appreciation for the way that things go, it could turn quite difficult and quite in the other direction. Like it could feel quite obtuse or quite hard, because of the intensity of the way that it is working out. I feel for you there. It's hard to find someone that understands exactly the way that life can present itself. Definitely. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Yeah, absolutely. Goodness me, what energy you have. Whew. Divine. Old soul. I feel like you're going through the road trip of previous lives, and see this map of like this giant map of like what, I haven't been to America, but this Route 66 sort of map where you're sort of going on each of these places, and you're just traveling, previous incarnations of yourself as at the same time in human realms, in higher realms, in all the realms. You've done a lot. You've been here a long time. You've definitely got an affinity with activation or activism. Sorry, couldn't get my words out. Or protecting nature, animals, and the earth. Very connected to some contribution, some big contribution that you've made there. Very much, you do not suffer fools very easily. This is not something that you find easy to gel with in other people's opinions about the way that energetics work, that the earth works, that light travels through your life, and the way that things really are. It's quite hard for you to connect with the people that don't make an attempt at understanding a different opinion apart from their own. Although you are quite strongly opinionated about what you've learned, but that's because you've learned it. I mean, you've been here. You've been here a really long time doing the damn thing. Let's have a look and see what this is. Hopefully you can see these cards. I know that it's really tricky to get them all in the one shot. These came up this way, so I wonder what this is about. Yeah, I feel like you had perhaps some difficulties growing up with a mother figure, not feeling mothered enough, but then the mothering that you do get it's not hitting home for you. And so you rebut the need to be mothered. Um, it's a place of difficulty, a difficult subject for you sometimes, which is why you've kind of turned inward to your experiences and being mothered by the energetics and the earth instead. It's hard to connect with people in that sort of space. I mean, I have those difficulties sometimes myself where I'm just like reacting in a way that is complete bafflement of the way that humans can sometimes deal with these, especially even family. It's kind of like a whole nother level there, isn't it? I see you. I get it. It is difficult. Um, I feel like you're going to be put into a position of upgrades again, definitely, which is going to feel, it's going to feel a little bit hard. It's going to feel heartachy. Your heartaches for home. It's talking about being with your own kind, and every new piece of the puzzle that you're remembering and that you're integrating and having these feelings, even if it's just energetic feelings that you don't know where they came from. But you know that you just all of a sudden you just feel like you're missing your best friend, you're missing this connection, you're just longing for these things. Know that it's heightened during this portal. Know that it's heightened during this time, and the thing that you need to really help you move through this energy rather than being stuck in this energy is to really understand the way that you can sacredly be your own mother. Give yourself the treatment of love that you would want being a mother for yourself and for your many lifetimes and for your inner child. Really foster that beautiful, innocent connection with your inner child and mother it. Spend the time allowing that energy to come through and expand, letting your inner child or your mind or energetics or imagination go through the memory, write a story about it, record yourself speaking about it, draw a picture about it, listen to songs that are connected to the way that feels, and be that sacred mother for your inner child over this time, and you'll find you'll reach greater heights than you ever could have imagined, because your imagination is being fostered, it's being praised, it's being integrated, it's being loved in every way that it needs to. If it needs to curl up under a blanket for the day and eat some ice cream and like watch silly things, then yes, I understand that work's a thing, I do get that. Let's be creative, guys. You could do it on the way to work. You can listen to your favorite song on the way to work and just have a dance and be funny and sing loudly. You can find time to honor yourself, your experience, and your inner child at any time. It's really easy to do that. You know, the power of finding and buying a sheet of your favorite stickers or stamps or something, or your favorite glittery eyeshadow or perfume or something that whatever your inner child used to love, bugs, sticks, leaves, whatever. Having these little reminders around you at this time in lots of little ways shows a energetic nod to the care the understanding and the righteous way in which they are very important to you, which in turn ultimately helps to connect you through to your highest expressions through this time and your highest timeline. Let's just have a look what else we have here. Yeah, I thought so. The Pleiades are amazing. Pleiadians are such advocates for this kind of behavior, for silliness and for awesome silliness. I like to say that they're full of love, they're full of happiness, they're full of joy. I don't know if you know Brucka Goldsmith. She is kind of, I'm not sure what's happening with her channel now. I think she's kind of in and out, taking a break. She was an astrologer that learned how to channel, and she started channeling randomly from a very analytical mind into a full-on channel for the Pleiades and Pleiadians, and learned along the way. And some of my most, she also does artwork as well, but some of my favorite videos of hers, or like, you know, entries of her journey that we got to witness, is just when she's talking about the funny sounds that used to come out, and she would do these sort of videos of her just making funny faces at the ends of her channeled messages about times coming up with the Pleiadians, and it's just brilliant. It's just so, it's full of lighthearted love and laughing, and that is going to be a really important part for you going through this time, for sure. That's something that's going to really help. Oh, wow. Yeah, come out of the cave. Persecution express. Yeah, it's I honor and I see you, and just know that I get this. I also have moments of this where I just feel like I don't know how to navigate any other thing at this particular time, and we sort of put ourselves into a cave because we're experiencing so much sensitivity, excuse me, to everything and everything, and then we find ourselves finding it much easier and simplified if we just stay in the realms of predictability, or in the realms of quiet engagement, as we integrate all of this new knowledge from all these places and races and star beings and higher realms that we've connected with over our lifetime. And as we get that peek into that portal, and we integrate more of what we're supposed to at this time, you know, it can feel like the only option is to stay in quiet, and stay in the retreat, because it's too hard to explain to other people, which I totally understand, totally get. But understand that there are only so many certain ways that a message can show up to you in the experience of being by yourself. I've had to experience that myself. There's only so much that I can receive through being by myself. There's times when the message could have been simpler in an instant if we just had a walk around outside, if we went out to the park, if we went to places that obviously feel really good and safe for us at this time. That's completely fine, but try to integrate a bit more of that over this time, just so that you can sift through and help it integrate down and into the earth for what is not meant to stay as the sort of burn off, if you will, of the integration of light codes that are coming through you at this time for the planet and yourself, and being able to return and recycle what is the leftovers, or is the burn off of what can and can't sit with you. Okay, so having a walk out in the park or in nature as well is going to be really, really important. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Yeah. Oh, I understand. I really do. I get it. We're all just big prisons of rainbow light. Yep. And we're all illuminating, we're all reflecting so much at this time. We are on divine, beautiful missions. And as long as we spend the time honoring our light, and honoring the light that can filter back through and just be integrated into the planet because of our presence and our dedication to being the light and the uplifters of people and uplifters of our vibration, we can leave a little light footprints everywhere. Doesn't necessarily mean that the only way that we are to be of service is to be, in the trenches with people. There will come times for that. But sometimes it's not the easiest, most effective path for us, and we've got to understand when we're making things harder for ourselves, and we don't need to be. But I feel you. I understand. Now I've just got this one deck that they were called. I need to just take a card from, or whatever Spirit deems necessary. Okay, Spirit, can we please get a card of advice for this pile? Their best advice on going forward through the portal, please. Their best advice through the portal, please. Okay. All right, so there's a few. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so it's talking about having a sacred time of mindful wisdom. Yeah, being mindful of this sacred space of being alone to interpret what's coming through, and seeking clarification. If you're confused about something, your guides and angels, they're lining up out the door waiting for some instruction, from clear instruction from you. If you would like to have some specific clarity around a situation, then ask for it. Ask for it nice and clear. If you're getting an impression an energetic impression about something coming up or something that calls to you, then please do so. That they're saying they're all waiting to just tune in and speak with you if you're needing it. From this quiet cave, and then moving out into the world, and then allowing the experience out in the world or at the park, wherever suits you, to help to inform and confirm the messages that you're receiving in these sacred moments of sort of introspection and guidance with your star families and your divine beings of light that are helping you. Okay. Yeah, sacred divinity, there are two paths ahead. Yeah, there sure is. Lead the way, light your own path. Yeah. You're going to find you'll have a unique way of doing something, seeing something, and sometimes it can be quite tricky. It can be quite difficult, just in the sense that you're kind of no one's walked the path that you have beforehand. It's very, very unique, and they say that about everyone, which is completely true, but you've got this blend of like really old soul, many, many, many lifetimes, from many different places, many different realms, really coming online now. Like you might have thought, hey, I'm in my 30s or so, I'm surely I've already tapped into like everything that no. I'm hearing no, and I'm hearing that this portal is just going to start they're showing you the little silver ball that sort of goes and knocks one domino, and then everything just goes and builds up this momentum, and before you know it, it's launching things all over the place, and is going at such a amazing, fast, fantastical rate. So there's two ways to go about it. The more that we stay in our space of contemplations between our star families and our guides and our angelic teams, and the more that we stay in this soft place of understanding and conversation with them, the longer it takes to integrate the new things that you've learned, because we're not experiencing enough examples of that message quickly in our alone space. It's harder to get the information to us. So yeah, it just choosing what way you want to go about it, finding your own way of bringing in joy and light and love into your experience, and really allowing for yourself. I don't know if you're a Harry Potter fan. I certainly will be forever and a day. But this reminds me of the Patronus. Lighting up your life and the pathway for others doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be in and around their their energy all of the time. That's not the greatest way that you can help them, but the greatest way that you can be of service and help others is by, leading and lighting the path by example. This is how you can really be of service in this time, is just by you being you. Just by you being you and inclusive and lighthearted and fun and helping to transmute the energies of the time and share in that creates the mother energy that others like you needed to have when they begun their journeys as well. What a beautiful, beautiful thing to do for people. And know that you're never alone. You're never, ever, ever alone in this. Never, ever, ever. And I send so much love and respect your way, and thank you for all of the amazing work that you are going to do, or that you have done as well. But more that you're going to do as well for humanity and for all of us. For all of us, I really appreciate you, and I hope that everything works out to be a joy, an absolute joy around this time, where you're just elated with the information that comes through about your origins, your new pathways, the way that you can authentically show up in the world without having to go to battle for it, just the ease and love that your beautiful angelic team and ancestors are just, dying for you to have. They just absolutely can't wait for that aha moment, that integration, and that big sigh of relief to just enjoy and spread joy, because you happen to be exuding so much of it, because you're so relaxed and happy and blessed and rolling around in the divineness of your life. I'm so happy for that. What beautiful energy. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this finds you well, and thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. All right. Hey, pathway number 3, pile number 3. What's good? Welcome to your pathway reading. This is going to be a timeless message, even though it is directed around the energetics of the pathways available to you in the coming portal. So from yesterday, I believe, 4th to the 22nd of April, but with the eclipse being on the 8th. However, messages come in exactly when they're meant to come in for the exact right reason. I do not believe in coincidence. It is no such thing. And Spirit is always trying to send messages through. So I'm here to help with that today. I do channeled artwork when I'm called to do that, work with people's spirit guides. I've done healings and readings for a really long time, and oracle cards and tarot cards for a really long time. The point is, I'm here to sharing the messages that I'm intuitively guided for. If you feel that something resonates with you, take it and use it for yourself and your own interpretations. Also allow whatever doesn't fit to, just not be taken on board, or perhaps you've got a little pick apart from each different pathway, because we're going through so many changes and upgrades at this time, that we're constantly flicking between different quantum shifts and upgrades, and then back and forth between pathways. It's crazy town, but it is fantastic, and I'm here to see what Spirit has to say today. Definitely been I'm not going to say a road of slow going improvement, but there have been definite foundation shifts. I don't know if you've been going through changes in terms of changing house or location, or you've been changing jobs. Like, it's been this like stop start kind of energy, because major things have been changing for you. So whether that means that you've been one say there would be a company takeover, and then the company decides it's going to go out of business, so now you're being shifted off to another place to work. Or if you are changing, like a rental agreement, ends, and then you've got to move and then change another foundation. I feel like you've been going through like the last probably every 3 to 4 months, just having this massive foundational change in something. But I do feel like there's been a definite 2-year period of this kind of container of energy around not knowing exactly why these things are happening, and what greater purpose they have, or what greater. I feel like there is a pathway that could be coming for you, and you just want to know what it's got to do with it. And every time you feel like you've got a handle on where it might be going or what it could be to do with, you're just like, universe, what is this? And then something else changes. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more information for you. The Age of Light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. And in Rama, where are you being called to journey to? I think they're just showing me, and they're telling me about, when I have things like this happen, in formations for me, when the cards decide that they want to be in those sort of straight, upright, angled, or that means something to me. Everybody has their own way of reading. I bet you've got your own way of doing it as well. But this to me tells me that you might have had people around you that don't always have your best interests at heart. They might want to, be directing your life or your energy, or making you feel like certain ideas or impressions or thoughts were your own when they're not. And you're gradually starting to, get your intuition and your aha moments happening around that. And as a protection caution, or like a sort of, nope, you're not in your best place anymore, got to move this away. I feel like for a while you've been missing the signs about it, but that's because you're such a beautiful person, such a lovely hearted person, or you've had a lot of that, slow going energy where things are being revealed to you. And I bet if you use your sense of reflection and deep sort of understanding and knowing, you'd be able to have a look at that, and in reflection understand where and why the universe moved you through to these different places of being over and over again in different ways, always for your highest good. They love you so much. They're always trying to make something go in your favor, in the best and highest pathway possible for you. And sometimes it can feel quite difficult to understand, because they are sometimes intense changes. And I really do send you love, and I feel that for you. But it's because you've got such an important mission. You've got something really, really that is just going to be like firing you forward like a rocket. So ain't no time to mess around, man. So systematically, the things that are meant to be gone out of your life because they're not actually serving your highest good are going, and it can be really confusing because maybe you're not aiming high enough. That's what it feels like to me, like you're being called to a magical higher state of existence and being in all things, and you're just not understanding how to picture that for yourself. You're not picturing yourself in the highest light that you are. You're not seeing the amazing value that you are to the people around you and your queendom. This reminds me so much of that. You're not seeing the integral value that you bring to life itself for the people around you and for what you will be bringing if you haven't discovered it yet. Yeah, protection. Yeah. You weren't very good at protecting yourself. Yeah, you know, I say that with all the love in the world because I also am terrible with that. Terrible with that because I just am always thinking about people with my rose-colored glasses on because I just choose to believe the best in people. I understand that the universe has got to do a bit of protecting on your behalf because sometimes we're not actually protecting ourselves in the way. We don't know how to say no yet. We don't know how to show a boundary yet. We don't know how to see through people's, shit, yet. Because we're just either walking around with our, our fingers in our ears going, la, 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 I don't know that about this person. No way. Or, oh, no, the company would never do that to us. Oh, no, that can't possibly be true. Oh, they didn't say this, they didn't do that, they're not acting in this way. So we've done that for a long period of time, and the universe has just had to do the old pluck. Just come through and pluck you out and move things away from you because they are no longer suitable. And I can feel like there are even people around you that might be blaming you, calling you a harsh person, saying it's your fault. People that are just being yucky. They're just being gross because they're having a tanty about the fact that you've been plucked away from them. And it's something that, through distance, you will be able to see. It will be clear as day, and you'll have your own aha moments around it, and then you'll be able to just hand on heart thank the universe for the divine love and protection that they have provided for you for making these changes in your life and plucking these people and situations away. Yeah, take a break. Life's work, not a season. Right, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Yeah. I feel like you've just been throwing yourself into busyness and work and routine and situations when things get really confusing around your home life, friend life, or work life, or when anything gets emotional or confusing. You have a tendency to busy yourself into things that you know that you can do and can achieve, and that familiar place is completing tasks. Completing tasks around, the workplace, home, feeling successful, feeling like you've got control by doing these things, because you're controlling your outer world by, being in this repeatable state of success because if I do X, Y, Z, it's going to equal this, it's going to do this, and it's going to do this. And then the universe goes, you're not taking breaks, you're not seeing what's going on. So now we have to stop you and pluck you again and push you down into this next part for you to grow. That I see them like plucking like a seed from the ground, which has overgrown its pot, that is just doing the same thing, but it's still trying to keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. But the pot is about to break because it can't house it anymore. And how, overgrown and pot bound, root bound, plants, they take a while to recover when they leave it so long, when they know that they're in places and with people and with situations that they've just outgrown, and, they end up staying because it's familiar rather than, taking a chance on completely plucking yourself out of that situation and allowing for a transformation of self. Yes, it's vulnerable and scary at the time. Yes, people can see, feels like, it's uncomfortable because people can see straight through who you are, and it can be really hard to be so seen and so, uncovered in that time. But understand that if you step into the power of seeing, and know that you are also gifted in your sight, very gifted in your way of observing people. If you allow the answers to be unbiased and true of what you see and feel, when you hand on heart, let your body decide, not your mind, not the it would be easier if it felt more comfortable explanation for things. If you allow yourself to step into this place of true knowing and understanding and light in the pathway, everything becomes really beautiful, really nuanced, and really, really for your highest truth and your highest good. And there won't be any more of this needing to completely upheaval, your life over and over again, because you haven't had to, pick up and move out over and over again anymore. Here we go. This is it. I get really excited. Wow, look at that. Do you want to stay here? You want to stay in here? You don't. You don't want to stay in here. Stop putting your fingers in your ears and la-la-la-ing about it, and move into this portal. Move into this place. Thank you, universe. Look at that. Look at that. Where do you think that's going? So it's called the initiation rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Can speak today. But look at the similarities between these guys. Like, where's that road and that portal taking you? It's got the hand of God striking the way, illuminating this path and showing you where to go. Take the step. Get in there. Like, come on. Like, that's your home. That's you going home into the place where you are at your highest good. And you are, yes, it is scary sometimes to be like the shiny newborn babe in a unknown realm of difference of people and possibility and ways of being and how you look and what you do, and just allow yourself to cross that threshold. I know that it's scary, especially if everyone around you is kind of not that aware energetically or spiritually, or it can be a place where in the past, maybe as a teenager or as a child, you used to lean into your gifts and it would get you in trouble. You'd know something about someone that you shouldn't and it would get you in trouble, and you'd put it away somewhere, and you would keep things to yourself, or you would deny those things. Or who are you to know these things? And then, all kinds of trouble ensues. All kinds of roadblocks come through, and just, Spirit is patiently waiting. They have patiently plucked you from situations to situations because you haven't learned, enough about how to protect your beautiful energy, and how important it is that you learn about yourself and about your gifts, and understand when people aren't out for your highest good, and the way that they can sometimes act because of it. The things that they can do that they blame, something that you've done, or the way that you've acted. It's not, most of the time, it's actually just their way of not facing the music themselves, and it's easier to blame, you instead. And I'm really sorry that happened. I'm really sorry. Spirit's sorry, and they've been trying to protect you as much as they possibly can, while learning lessons on how to give you the keys to the kingdom of your greatest connections with people. Your isn't that beautiful? Your greatest connections with people is still is still there. It's still waiting to be discovered. How to really deeply and truly have, you know, these amazing life experiences with people because you're in a place of safety. It's coming from a place of understanding of who you are and what you can bring and what you give, and what energies are out there for you, not just people trying to take advantage of you, and how that can be, and how beautifully life can unfold when you're coming from this place of I am. All right, Spirit, is there any more advice that you would like to give Pile 3 before we end out this message? So a little bit of advice on the portal, on what they should be doing on the portal. Bit of advice, please, Spirit. Bit of advice and clarification for them for their portal. Oh, that one. Okay. All right. Jeez. Resourcefulness. Horned cactus. Number 29. That reminds me so much of this one. Wow. Gosh, they almost look identical. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. They're making me see this as well. Look at the light. Look at the light that they're bringing down into their intuitive center. They're allowing to open up their crown for the resourcefulness, but for the divine guidance to come through. Don't shut it off, even if it's saying something that's a little bit difficult about someone that you care about and the need to move away from them a little bit. Be resourceful with your energy. What it's making me think of is the way that a cactus can operate. You know, you can have this protection, this protective circles all around them because they are an absolute wealth of hydration in a place that needs water. Like it's a place that you know, out there is so dry, and it's learnt to adapt and become this really, you know, amazing example of flexibility and adaptiveness to their environment because of all of the hardships and the harsh conditions that they were made under. And eventually cactus just evolved. They evolved these channels to harness the water, and any drops of water to go straight down into the bottom, into their roots. They use bigger and bigger spikies so that they can encourage, you know, a bit of defense there against their fleshy sort of other parts. You know, there is a new dawn coming for you. There is a new portal opening up, and it is absolutely going to be the ride of a lifetime stepping through it. And you are stepping through into a very, very powerful age of your life. A very, very powerful way of being, a sacred way of being, a divine way of being, that you are coming online in a way that you never would have deemed possible before. Just know that there is so much guidance there available for you. Just practice learning how to really listen into your body. You've been training for this for a lifetime. Spirit has put you in these situations over and over again to test and try to help develop this skill of resourcefulness, yes, but also of protection, adaptability, flexibility, really true sight, true seeing, channeling in guidance, moving and physically being in the next place that you're meant to go when you're meant to go, not when it's all stagnant and all the colour's been wrung out of it, and then you choose that that's the best time for you to leave because, you know, who are you to leave before then? You've got things to do, my friend. You've got such a powerful full on amazing pathway ahead of you. And I can't bloody wait for you to step through. I'm excited for you. Spirit's seriously just like, yes, finally, it's gonna happen. I'm really, really excited for you. And you'll see this reflected in little changes around you, around the people around you, little changes in your existence in many, many different ways going forward. I'm so, so excited for you. I would look up the number 29. It seems super, super important. I can't remember now. I know that 9 is about cycles, endings, and beginnings. It's a big one, but I'm not sure about 29 specifically. I love to look up Joanne Sacred Scribes. She is amazing. She has a blog site that you can look up, 29 angel number Joanne, and she'll be there. Just have a look at the vibrations of those numbers. They're really important. But man, what an exciting journey this is going to be for you. I'm super excited for you. If you feel called to need a healing at any point during that time, I will be doing some more videos and posting them out soon of just healing meditations and healing drawing meditations and things of that nature. If you're feeling called to anything like that, follow the links on my Buy Me a Coffee, and I'd be happy to get in touch with me or speak to me about what you need, and any questions, funnel them through. But until then, I'm sending you so much love, and I am stoked for you to step into this. Like, wow. I'm gobsmacked. that is a powerful shove forward. Don't be scared. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Come in, step in. Oh, I'm excited for you. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Mwah! Bye.